So I want to share with you something very subtle today, and that is the ability to literally see the universe in people. Now, this is a bit of an advanced one, but at the same time, it's a very fun topic. So enjoy it, and let's dive in. So to see the universe in someone is to see not the person that they appear to be, but the underlying consciousness that they actually are. And the interesting thing about this is it can happen for you as a kind of subtle experience or a pretty intense experience. Now, the subtle experience for you, it might just be, you in a very relaxed, intuitive state, just sensing or just picking up on how, this person, that person, I can feel that there's a certain magic or intelligence in them. But where it gets interesting is when you have a more intense experience. And that's seeing the universe in a very profound, in-your-face kind of way. And what I mean by this, and I've had this in the past, is when you enter a very, very conscious state, very conscious, and you look at a person, the person doesn't look back. What looks back is the whole damn universe. And this can be very trippy and very profound. It can feel quite soul-stirring, and it definitely reminds you to keep an open mind, that's for sure. So what I'm referring to here with this intense way of seeing the universe in someone is that with awakening and raising your consciousness, your experience of reality, it can genuinely become more mystical and more profound. And when I first started having this, it was very exciting because it kind of feels like a secret that no one else is in on. And you go about your business just very peacefully and seeing the universe in people, in all people. However, this experience is also a good sign to pace yourself with your spiritual work and to kind of remain tethered to the world on a level that is practical for you. So for me, sometimes I don't meditate as much, and that's because it's easier to operate in the world when you have a more kind of stable level of consciousness. I find it could be quite overwhelming sometimes if you're seeing the universe everywhere you go. Because if you've meditated a bunch or have had a peak experience recently or a breakthrough, it can be a little bit ungrounding. You don't feel as grounded. So to take this work slowly and to allow yourself to be a little bit more asleep if and when you need to, especially when you need to get some of that worldly practical stuff done, that can be helpful. There is wisdom in there. Now you might be thinking, this seeing the universe in someone, it sounds pretty awesome, but how the hell does it happen? How do you see the universe in someone in the first place? Well, believe it or not, it is actually possible. It just requires some pretty serious shifts in your consciousness. And to be honest with you, these shifts, they come about having done, a good few years of spiritual work, which is why this video is a little bit advanced. But that doesn't need to change anything. You can still plant this seed now so that over time, as you raise your consciousness, it begins to flower in your own experience. And the good thing about this is when it does start to happen for you, you'll be extremely grateful because of the deep peace that may start to permeate your life, right? Awakening and literally seeing the universe in people is such a beautiful experience because you're creating this life full of these higher consciousness moments. And what these do for you is they give you regular tastes of, I'm going to call the divine, right? God, something higher, which, as you've probably noticed in your life, offers you a far more fulfilling and profound experience than if you were to go about life or things like most other people do. Now, what's also cool about doing this awakening work and seeing the universe and people is that when things begin to shift for you, even the mundane stuff, even the mundane aspects of reality, just the normal everyday people, even they become imbued with the universe. So for example, if you've had some awakenings, some breakthroughs, or some shifts in your consciousness, you very well may see the universe in the Amazon delivery driver who has just delivered your package. You very well may see the universe in an angry or emotional person shouting on the street. And you very well may see the universe in that little kid who's smiling at you whilst you do your shopping in the supermarket. Right? With all of these examples, what is being seen is not the story and not the person, but the deeper consciousness, which is the actual truth of the person. And again, to be able to have this, what you need is you need a shift in your consciousness, which this video can help with a tiny amount. But really, it's your own spiritual work that ends up doing it for you. That's what does it. Now, these shifts in consciousness that open things up for you and allow you to see the universe in people, do these happen in a week? No, of course not. Do they happen in a month? Absolutely not. But do they happen over a number of years as you put in hours of spiritual work and have many, many breakthroughs? Yes, exactly. Awakening is a gradual process of dropping your ideas, your concepts, and your stories until what is left is just the truth. It's reality at the very pure and raw level. And of course, for this to happen, the kind of work that you're going to be doing on yourself, it's not superficial work. It's deeply profound work. So to adjust your expectations and to set a very long time horizon for yourself to do this is very, very wise and intelligent. Because the wise person here, they create a vision. They create a vision for their awakening. They get disciplined, and then what they do is they let life do its thing. They don't try to have it all right away. They allow life to unfold. There's wisdom in that. But what if you're really, really keen, like really keen, and you want to experience this stuff as soon as possible? Should you rush to see the universe and other people? Well, again, the answer is no. Because, and this answer is actually quite profound, you might not be quite ready to see that truth. The truth is, it takes a massive emotional maturity to accept the radical nature of this awakening work. And having it too soon, it can kind of throw you off. It can kind of put you off in an unconscious or unproductive way, which is why I recommend you take it slowly, nice and slowly, and really enjoy the process of awakening yourself, right? And not just the fruits like the breakthroughs or the peak experiences. Now, will there be some impatience here? Will there be some frustration here? Absolutely. I had this about 2 or 3 years ago, and it was a very annoying phase because I knew that awakening was the answer and that these experiences were possible. But I was still clasping for something, right? Which ironically, the thing I was clasping for ended up being right in front of me, right? When you awaken, you see it's right here. But back then I hadn't shifted my awareness enough to see that consciousness is always present. The universe is always right here. So be patient with yourself and let yourself evolve gradually. Don't be rushing to try and get enlightened as soon as possible, because what will end up happening is it will backfire and the universe will tell you, hey, don't be a fool, slow down, take your time, be patient, and it will happen. So now to wrap up, these shifts in your consciousness, which enable you to see the universe in people, you can have them and you will have them. My suggestion is you keep treading the path. When I first started this work, all I wanted was to have these really badly, even though I didn't know how to have them. But what I learned was that over time, life has a way of giving you what you want when you align yourself powerfully with that thing. And that's what I did. So if this stuff really excites you, or you kind of feel a pull toward it like I did, I recommend you get kind of excited. Because sooner or later, it will come your way. And when it does, it seriously changes your life. So trust, stick with it, keep raising your consciousness, and keep doing a variety of spiritual practices, right? Try all kinds of things. And as always, if you would like more, then my friend, please do subscribe.